All right, welcome. I think this call is going to be actually a really good one, and I'm super excited for it. So we're going to jump right in, but I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have Sure Thing has launched for all customers starting today. So if people were interested in the VIP access, coaches, preferred customers, or customers can now get it. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the $20 off promo code is still like allotted to it. So it's still a really, really good deal. Great kickstart for the new year. I know Ashley's been awesome in sharing her videos and all about it. So that's exciting if that's a launch you want to do. Super Weekend is, I want to say it's the first weekend of January. It's the 7th and 8th weekend. So get to an event, go to one near you. It's such a cool way to find community. And I know Corrine knows all the details about it, so I'll let her talk about it.
Yes. Also just wanted to say something real quick. This is apparently April's is going to be back in Zoom. For some reason, they're not doing them live. So if you can get to one in 2 weeks, get your butt there. We're hosting ours again at the same location. So if anyone's near Cincinnati, you can come on by. We only have 2 tickets sold, but it is what it is because it's Christmas time. But they're so important for us to be with other women and like, connecting with them and seeing how like they're running the business. And if you listen to the wake up call this morning, like that got me so excited for like to get back together with like the girls that are around us. And it's like, it's not a competition. And like, feel like a lot of people used to feel that way in this business. Like you're competing against other Beachbody coaches, but it's not. It's like you're connecting and you're networking together to help more people. And especially with our new mission is like what Carl said this morning. I literally was like taking notes because I was like, man, you hit that right on the nail. And I'm going to use it as a post later on about how, people make New Year's resolutions and it's to punish yourself for what you did the past year. But instead we should be like, celebrating our lives and the joy that comes with that instead of being like, oh, I ate like crap over Christmas break or whatever. Like, it's not about like, I don't know, erasing what you just did, but like celebrating life in a different way by still focusing on your health and wellness. But I know at our Super Weekend, we're going to do the Sure Thing workout, which I'll be watching from the sideline, but I'll be there to support all the other ladies that are going to be there. And I don't know, it's just a fun way to meet other people. I know Abby's been to a few, and I feel like you've made connections with other women and you still hang out with them. And that's how it is for me as well in Cincinnati. So definitely try to get to one. If you have to drive, I used to drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to one in Louisville, which now we have one in Cincinnati. I drive 15 minutes, but it's totally worth it. And if you've never done it and you are scared to do it, rip the Band-Aid off and just do it because it's a game changer. She talked about it today on the wake up call or on yesterday. She literally went to her first Super Weekend. She joined the week before. It happened to be the next weekend was Super Weekend. She went, she knew nobody. She said it was a huge like eye opener for her. So they're definitely fun. And if the one in April is going to be on Zoom, it's not as fun. It's lame. It's super lame. So make sure you get to one.
Yes. And it's some of the coolest people you'll ever meet. Like they're just friendly and it's kind of like meeting your best friend because you have the same interests anyway. So it's awesome. And if you don't know how to find where the events are, I believe in your online office, it talks about Super Weekend. You can click the link and within that link, it should give you the locations and a map. And it's kind of weird in some of the pages link you to weird things Tiffany and I discovered. But if you have questions, let me know. It is that weekend of January 7th and 8th, depending on what it is, when it is for your location. So
and just one more thing. The only reason they're doing April, I just saw like somebody posted this in our chat for Cincinnati Market Council that I'm on. It says the April 14th to the 16th is replaced with Zoom virtual because of the surge that's going on with COVID and the flu. It's mostly the flu. That's really what's really bad. And then the next one will be in July, which is, it's like literally like right after Summit. So I think
I was
because
just-
Summit's in June, so that's why it's so far apart. And that
I was
one
just
will be in
gonna,
person in July, so
sorry.
go ahead, Ash.
So for, I know we're just talking about events. So for like Summit, should we start looking for?
Yeah, we need to book a
Place.
house. For sure.
I have a note that after Christmas, like literally on that Monday, whatever it is, to kind of get everyone together, figure out who's going, who's not, get a head count, figure out if new people want to join, and then from there, grab a house.
It's gonna be harder this year, I think, because we have to get cars. So that
There's
kind of sucks.
Did
Like-
you guys already get your ticket for Summit for 2023? Okay,
Mhm.
good. I'll say because I already got mine. I just wanted to make sure I didn't know if we needed to like wait for something because I like literally got mine right after Summit was over last year. I mean
No,
this year.
so you should be good to go. We just need to book a place to stay if you have a ticket.
Okay.
And we'll figure out what normally an Airbnb is the cheapest. No one lives close enough that they're driving. So
Because
we'll
isn't
just,
it in Texas for 2023?
San Antonio.
it'll be awesome. But we don't have anyone that lives there currently that would drive and have a car for us.
No designated driver this time, guys.
Kareen, I might end up driving to you and then probably doing a flight with you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
So because I'm just like super anxiety about having to fly by myself because I've literally flown like once in my life. So
We'll
We're gonna
figure it
make
out.
yes.
And for those of you that are newer, Summit's our annual event. It's the coolest thing. Literally like 400,000 coaches get together and like run the city. And there's training, super trainers, workouts, guest speakers, you're in the stadium, you're in breakout sessions. It's just so cool. I'm not gonna waste more time talking about it, but you should consider getting a ticket because it will change your coaching experience and you can get to meet us. So it'll be awesome because I feel like I haven't met like a lot of you. So with that, anything else that's important before we jump into the topic?
Only a few more days for Secret Santa.
Oh yeah. Did everyone get their gifts out? Hopefully.
I got mine out, yeah. But I haven't received anything yet.
Ooh,
Yes, I finally got mine out.
okay. Hopefully we will figure that out, or Becky can help us if we feel like something got lost or missed.
So how does that work? So when you get the gift, do you just have to guess like who got you a
So I
gift?
guess some people can tell like if someone asks and wants to know like who got their gift. I know like Megan asked on the post and Tiffany said, "Oh, I got your gift." And like I screwed up because I ordered mine on my dad's Amazon and it had my last name and I didn't know it, and then Tiffany knew it was me by accident. But like
Celia is a detective. She was tracking hers.
No, not on purpose.
I was like, how'd you know?
I have informed delivery from when I moved from the USPS on. So every time I get a piece of mail from that comes to my house, package or letter, it notifies me. So I saw where it was coming from when I got the notification of when Kareen sent it out. So I was like, oh, came from Cincinnati. I know who.
but yeah, if you want to, you can comment in the post and ask or whatever. I think it's cool to know, but I still don't know who mine is. So if you want to tell me, you can. If not, that's fine. I love them. Of all the
Yes,
things.
babe.
Thank you. I wear these headbands all the time. So perfect.
And I did not, I used my husband's Amazon account and I made sure to take off his name and put Secret Santa.
I didn't even notice it at first. Well, until she told me, and I was like, "How did you
So-
know?"
If you like, I did it as like a gift, send as a gift, and it says it said his name, and I was like, that's not gonna work.
I swear
Backclick.
I fixed that, but maybe I didn't. I was probably very distracted, but it made it.
Yeah,
I was saying who said what because I didn't get a gift note in mine, and I wanted to know who had me. So are we telling who we had or no?
You can. If
Okay.
there, no one on this call had you, you can comment in that post and see if someone tells you. I
Okay.
don't know.
I actually got my gift and my kids accidentally opened it. I was like, you were supposed to wait. I was gonna wait till Christmas to open it. And I was like, sorry, mommy. It was a package. She's like, and it had your name on it. I'm like, that's not fair. It was mine.
Yeah, so yeah, I opened it. My name, I opened it.
Yeah, no, I didn't get first dibs because I didn't see my name. It was sitting on the table. She's like, but it wasn't over on the breakfast bar where daddy keeps them. I'm like, that's not fair. So yeah, but no, she's like, but mommy here.
Aw,
That's cute.
very sweet.
But it was cute. She's
Oh,
like, but I
sweet.
like them. Can I use them? I'm like, no, they're mommy's.
Aw. Yes, so if we have any issues with Secret Santa, Stephen and Becky can probably help figure it out with us. All right, let's dive in. I don't want to hold you guys too late, especially with the holiday coming up. I need to close my door if you guys can hear background music, but let's keep going. So we're going to dive into just overall like dreaming big and visions as we get into the new year. There's a lot going on, and I know I was sitting down like putting together this call and chatting with some of the ladies on here about this call, and there's something so like magical and like motivating about like sitting down and actually taking the time to do this. Like we can get so caught up in the tasks and the stress and all the things where you're just like running and running and running and not sitting down and realizing why you're doing this in the first place. And I felt awesome when I did this morning. So I wanted to take some time, and we're going to kind of go through some different ways to kind of think through our goals, think through our vision. And I'd like for each of you guys to maybe share one goal or one, I'm sorry if you can hear him, one goal and one, something that you want to implement into the new year, or an idea or whatever it is. And we can talk through it and share all the things and maybe get some momentum going and kick off some ideas for the new year. And then next week, Corrine has a really cool workshop that she's going to walk us through as well for an actual vision board. So if you guys have any paper or notes in your phone, feel free to write things down. But Becky, do you want to dive into what you wanted to share first? Okay, awesome.
Yes, I can. And so when Abby had posted in our team group about kind of thinking towards what our goals are and how to make next year 2023 even better, kind of things to pivot in our businesses, it started getting me thinking of what's working and what's not working, and to really identify that. And then kind of synchronistically, and sorry, just like Abby, you had background noise. So this is the time where Steven's like walking around and crinkling literally everything, like just moved the trash can for no reason, just to make noise. Yeah, so that's going on in my house too. But anyway, and so synchronistically with all of that, I saw a video from, and I don't know what her name is. It's Nicole. She does like the No Shame Sales Game Instagram, and she said that she was talking to her people and was sharing something that she's done every year, and it's basically just manifesting for the year to come. And I really like that, and I always the idea of manifesting it, and even like just sharing with all of you, like my job, I have to create a new password every 30 days. And my password always has something to do with my rank that I'm trying to achieve, just because I'm like, what can I think of? And so I always just make it. So like this month, sharing while it's on recording, my password is Diamond December with some subs. But like, so I feel like I do that anyway, but leveling it up in this way. So she says that she writes herself a letter, and just the other day she did it, and it was 4 pages long. And the letter is projecting and pretending like 2023 has already happened. So at first when I did it, it was like I was watching it and it was live, and I thought she like misspoke when she said like she was writing about 2023. But no, she's really writing about 2023 as if it already happened. And so in her letter, writing down the end of the year recap, what 2023 looked like. So what happened in 2023? What did you accomplish? And the most important thing with that is how did you feel about accomplishing those things? Who were you surrounded with when those things happened? And she said that she read through the letters from the past 4 years that she's written for herself, and literally everything that she wrote down plus more had come true, or it was better than she even imagined in her letter. So she just writes everything down, and it's something that I do want to spend some like focused time and energy on, and putting this on paper of what that feels like, what that looks like. And she even said she went like to the nitty-gritty of saying exactly what office space she wanted for herself. And she said she even wanted like a big fluffy white chair, and she turned her camera and she's like, and there is my big fluffy white chair in the corner. Like every single detail she mapped out, and she had it. And yeah, there was a story about like wanting to be the mom that does like the fill a backpack thing at Target, that for the school year, you could go and buy a backpack and buy all the things. And one year she went and she's like, I'm going to do it, and got a backpack. And by the time she got to the end of getting all the supplies, she's like, I can't afford this. I can't fill this backpack. And so she wrote down in her letter that year, like, I'm going to fill 3 kids' backpacks next year. And she said not only did she do that, but she filled it with like the nicest of nicest supplies and went above and beyond. And so like those are the things that she wrote down. And not only that, but like she wrote down how it felt to be able to give back to those kids who weren't able to have that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely something that I want to do, and how I hope to just advance my business a little bit. And of course, that's the manifesting part, and then putting an action plan in, well, what's going to change in my work to get me to that point. So there's the behavioral action plan that has to come with it too. But you just write it down and then you put it away. And she says, so she always signs off with, and so it is. And so I wrote that down and just like, let it be, let God handle it, let the universe handle it, let whatever's supposed to happen. You put in the work on the back end. And that is really what came to my mind of what we're going to do. Did that jog anything for anybody? How does everyone feel about that exercise? Is it just me that finds that super inspiring?
I think it's inspiring, and I think it's cool because I've heard it before. It's like, pretend you're already there. You already reached those goals and act like that person. Because if you're acting like this person who doesn't believe in themselves, like scared, not confident, just like holding themselves back, that's going to be portrayed. But if you're like, I already crushed this goal, I'm already 1-star diamond, I'm already this, I'm already that, like people are going to feel your energy. You're going to build your own confidence just from your thoughts. And I think it does sound a little like, so I think the only thing about her video, it's like, they might not all come true. She said all of hers came true, but like, if you're repeating it and like looking at your goals every day and repeating it and saying, I am already this person, I want to feel this way, I will feel this way, it's going to become second nature. And I think that's the coolest part of it. It's just, like you said, putting the action in as well.
Yeah. And I was reading the comments under her video of seeing like what other people thought or put in there. Honestly, I was reading the comments because I don't know, Abby, if you saw how giant her diamond is, but I was, oh my God, I was like, am I the only one? Like, are people in the comments talking about how big her ring is? But there was only one other person that had that same thought as me. But while in the comments, I saw somebody say like do it while you're tapping, and that's a really interesting thought too. And so I don't know if everyone's familiar with tapping, but it's actually a therapeutic technique. So emotional emotional, my brain's not working right now, but EFT and tapping, and there's different tapping like acupressure points to stimulate the body's energy and release different emotions. And so that's something extra layer to add on to that, is to read through every goal and intention that you have while also doing that extra layer of tapping. So that was something I found in the comments as well, which was interesting.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel like that is one method that you can definitely sit down and take some time this week before we get into our call next week, if you guys can join, and really just take a moment when it's quiet, or I like doing it first thing in the morning when the whole house is quiet. I'm like sipping on my coffee. I am tired, but it still is like peaceful for some weird reason. But whatever that is for you, and that's an approach you can take. There's so many other ways that you can really dive in and make those goals, but I think the main thing is taking action. I have a video I wanted to share and get you guys all in the feels, and then we can maybe go into sharing the rest of the things, because in the new year, no matter what you think or whatever, like if you don't have big goals that get you excited, you're not going to push yourself. You're not going to accomplish anything greater than what you already have, because you're not in all the feels. You're not pushing yourself. You're not just like genuinely showing up because you want something so, so bad. So I'm going to try to share this. And you'll have to let me know. You don't really have to see it, but it's from another team call that I found from last year. Kim Fitzpatrick, and she's a really successful coach, but they did a couple different ways of like vision board, like thoughts and digging in and your why and all that stuff. And I thought this one was really impactful. It is from Rachel Hollis in the Start Today journal, and she's just speaking. And as she's speaking, I just want you to think through like whatever thoughts are coming to your head and jot them down. And it's really like focusing on your vision and where you want to go, where you want to grow. And she gave at the earlier in this call, she gave an example of like being lost on a road trip and not knowing where to go. Like, yes, we have GPS and all that stuff now, but can you imagine if like you didn't have your phone, you were trying to get somewhere, you had no idea where to go. And she said, this is like your vision is your anchor. So you don't feel lost, like that feeling like you don't know where to go on a road trip in the middle of nowhere. Like your vision is what guides you and leads you. And it's that anchor that should pull you in every day, even when it's hard. But I think you're going to get all the feels from this. At least I did. Maybe it was just me, but start jotting things down and visualizing it. And it's just a few minutes. And I'll pause it when we're done, and maybe it'll kind of jog some thoughts and emotions for you. So then you can share something with the group and we'll go from there. So let me know if you guys can hear this. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to, is there a way to just share audio? Let me see. I don't think. I'm gonna have to share my screen. Oh. Okay, let's see if this works. You can see it's just
Close your eyes. Don't worry about looking
Can
silly.
you guys hear that?
Nobody's looking at you.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk you through this. This is your chance to envision your future. I want you to allow yourself to really truly go all in on what the best version of your life looks like. The first thing we're going to do is start from a place of gratitude. Because when we focus on gratitude, we shift our minds away from fear and scarcity and into abundance. Take a minute and visualize the blessings from this year. Maybe they're hidden, but they're there if you look for them. Visualize the things from the past year you can feel immense gratitude for. Visualize the people in your life you feel deep love and appreciation for. Visualize the times, the memories that have brought you joy and happiness. Can you see them? Can you feel them? Now, from that place of gratitude and abundance, I want you to visualize what your life looks like 5 years from now. 5 years from now, who is that woman or fella? Get specific. What does she do in the morning? How does she love her family? Is she kind? Is she joyful? Is she a badass? What does she wear? Where does she live? Can you see her? Do you go on vacation? Where? Do you own a vacation home? What does it look like? Now that you've grown your business the way you've always wanted to, what does it look like? What does it mean for your family? What does it mean to create your own brand, your own team, being a leader in your own space, whatever that means for you? 5 years from now, can you see her? How old are your kids? What kind of relationship do you have with them? What kind of things do you do together? What kind of relationship do you have with your partner? What kind of relationship do you have with yourself? Do you love and care and pour into yourself? How does that feel? 5 years from now, can you see her? Whatever this looks like to you, this is your dream, your vision for your future. If you envision you living the best life you can 5 years from now, what does that look like? You need a direction to head. This vision should be big and beautiful, and you might have no idea how you're going to make it happen, but you need to see it. Believe it. Get creative. Be audacious. Dream. Stretch yourself. If you show up with intention and inspired action every day, what does that woman look like 5 years from now? I promise you, She's in there. Do you see her? You can open your eyes. Turn to page 4 of your workbook. That's this one. Or use a blank sheet of paper if you don't have it, and write down everything you saw right now. Go.
All right, I'm gonna end it there, but take a minute, and I want you guys to we'll take 3 minutes now, and we'll kind of jot down things, and then hopefully it sparks some conversations, and we will go from there. All right, you guys can take more time if you need it, but I hope that kind of got you thinking and feeling. I know it did for me, and just jotting things down helps. So with that, do you guys want to chat, drop in the chat one thing that you want to share that you wrote down that is your vision of your life, the best version of you, and all of it that is possible because of this business? People can be so successful in this business. So if you guys feel comfortable, I would love to see something in the chat that you wrote down. And make sure you're replying to everyone. For some reason, mine always defaults to one person. All right, take another minute to add something. And with that, I want to kind of open up the floor to what you guys are thinking and feeling. Like, yes, so you have this vision, you have these goals and these dreams, but what is maybe just some brainstorming, some action steps or tips that we can take and implement into the new year for our businesses that can get us there? I know it's scary to dream big and you're just like, holy crap, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but it's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen over time. And I think that's the coolest thing about this business. So what are some things you guys want to implement and try into the new year? Anyone?
I can go. I'm still typing, but it might be easier just to say it all. No, so I think overall, like my vision and what kept reoccurring as I was writing and thinking too was just like overall about like the person that I want to become in general. So like I want to be selfless. I want to be able to pour into others. I want like my life to just be consistent and like my actions to be consistent with everything, with who I want to be, who I expect to become, what I expect of myself, everything. So like that's just very strong on my mind. And so with that, like I want to be able to, for the business, like work with my clients, work with my teammates, and very effectively do it. Like I want them to feel that sincerity and genuineness or whatever. So like for me, I want to like really take that time to figure out what I enjoy most, like when it comes to working. So things like actually putting in the work, because I know that I feel my best when I'm focusing on other people and actually doing the work rather than procrastinating or something. So like things that are helpful for me are, and I talked to you about this earlier, but like power hours or like power half hours where we're all together, we're all like very consistently doing the same thing and there's no question about it because you're like pulled up on Zoom and I can't be saying I'm working and I'm actually doing something else. And also just like having specific prompts, I think, to post about and to help me be consistent too. So coming up with like a calendar of sorts. I looked at the one that we have, but I don't necessarily love it all the time. So just more like specifically stuff that I enjoy and like posting about.
I think those are things that could help everyone, especially even if we did like, I know timing's hard, but we could find accountability buddies based on our same schedules for power hours, or we could do like once a month on team call, we do a power hour, or we do a power hour the second half hour of our team call, like share our topic. And then the second half hour is a working hour. We're quiet and just working because you guys are busy. And I know we need that time. I would say we all need that time. She's crying. Babe. Sorry. Little devil is up. She only does this on Tuesdays, by the way. Like literally sleeps through the night, 6:30, wakes up at 7. And on Tuesdays, it's like she knows I'm on Zoom for 1 hour. Anyway. But yeah, we can definitely, I'm making notes of things we can try to implement that will just like bring more energy. And I think like prompts similar to what we did for the coaching opportunity challenge this week. I can share prompts with you that like I sit down and brainstorm and just have a topic and I can share it with you. And obviously you guys could do your own thing, but sometimes that calendar we post is a little weird. It's like random, if that's the right word. So I can definitely do that. And I'm sure you guys will kind of get into your vibe, see what feels good. And then from there kind of change, switch it up, transition however you need to. But we can definitely, those are things we can implement. And then, for example, power hours, you're going to get more working time. It's going to grow your business because you're putting in the work. Prompts, you're going to have more focus posts. So then you can then reach more people, make new connections, and grow your business. So these little tasks that don't seem like anything are actually hugely beneficial. So thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? Anything
I
you guys?
think I know what I need already. Like I'm not even going in, I'm going to it already. It's consistency. I have struggled since I've been back, but I just haven't, there's been a whole bunch on the back end here, but consistency and not letting my corporate life right now dig into my side. Cause that's what's going on is everything. Like I just don't want to do anything. I just don't want to do it. And corporate is digging into it, unfortunately. And I just need consistency back that I had before. So eventually, I don't know how, but eventually it's coming back. But it's just, it's not a great time right now. Not gonna lie.
So do you think there's like certain baby steps you could take for that consistency to like not take on the whole thing and be like, I'm going to be consistent all around, but like maybe like I'm going to show up for my workouts at X days a week or certain things like that. So then you can say, oh, I accomplished this. I feel really good. And then add something to it. I think that could help.
I've thought about that, but then I have a reminder on my phone to kind of check in with myself every night before I think it's like 7 o'clock before I really start winding down for the evening. That was working. Just right now, it just hasn't been the right time. So I have to get back into it again. But I have a reminder stating that did I follow or did I interact with 20 people? At least I'm going to probably size that down here in the next few days. It was like 20 people a day within the day if I did. And it was good for the first few days that I had around there. And then things just kind of turned. So, but I think just keeping that benchmark for myself is kind of, and I see it every night because it's recurring daily for me. So I keep seeing it and I'm like, okay, I have to get back into this. I have to return myself back, just creating a circle of like consistency basically here and there.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So it is something like simple like that, where it's like, okay, I'm going to try to follow 20 people, or I'm going to make sure I get my workout in. I'm going to make sure I invite 3 people, whatever it is. And your consistency is going to make your energy better, which is then people are going to feel your energy. So I think consistency is something we all need. And maybe we just need to narrow down like what each person's week looks like. Maybe you can follow people on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you're going to like do your inboxes and follow-ups and whatever else Tuesday, Thursday. And then every single day you're like, I'm going to work out. I'm going to drink my shake. I'm going to check in with the groups. And maybe it's not everything every day, and that's fine. But just, we could figure out, take some time and like literally brainstorm and have everyone write down like what their office hours look like for them, and know that that's the time they're going to dig in and do those specific tasks so we don't get sidetracked and like distracted. I think that could help. Anyone else have some ideas that you think could really kind of kickstart the new year? Things you want to implement, things you know you need to do?
Mine was the same as Tiffany. And for me, I feel like I always say I'm going to post more and be more consistent, and I get on the swing of things. And admittedly, I have to say, I give like myself credit. I feel like I've been doing better with it than I have since I've been coaching. So for the past like year and a half, just within the last like month or so, I've been more consistent. But it's my continued goal to be more consistent and find things like I think I did the Fun Fact Friday, and Abby, you've been really good at that, and Corinne, you as well, since like we talked about it. I did it twice, and then now I haven't done it since. So just like the consistency with posting those things. And yes, I admittedly have been dying of COVID, and so that has definitely brought my spirit down a little bit. But we all can say excuses, and that's when life gets the best of us. So that's my goal, is to just be more consistent. Like Tiffany said, find a schedule that feels good for me. And I think that's the key, is just like finding what feels good for me, that feels like my social media is still mine. And also works for my business. So that's my continued goal.
Thank you. Hi. I think it is important, like that last thing you said, it's to feel good in what you're sharing, and you have to connect with it. And that's the biggest thing about this business. You can be you and like share all the things, and you're going to find your people. And I think that's something that a lot of us can focus on into the new year, like finding our voice, talking more in our stories, and really digging into finding our people versus being like more general and like high level, like you want to help everybody. Yes, we want to help people, but like if you can really dig in and find your people, I think you're going to have this like fire lit under you, because conversations are easier. It's easier to invite them because you're already just naturally talking to them, and it all just flows together. Anyone else? All right, I want you guys to kind of, I know the holidays are busy and I want you to be present there, but take some time to use any of these prompts. Even if you replay this video, you should be able to hear like the sound, and you can sit down and play that video again and just get your thoughts down and bring them with you next week, because Corinne's going to do a vision board thing. And I hope you guys can really just dive in and have that vision, have those goals, so you can really just take off in your business. And it seems, I don't think the right word's silly, but it seems just like, oh, well, if I just dream and make these visions, like they're not going to happen. Like it's easy to doubt them because it seems hard and impossible. But I think just taking those consistent steps, you'll see that you're getting closer and closer to them. And that's where it starts happening. But you need to have that vision and those goals up front, or else you have nothing you're really working towards that excites you. So it's kind of like, it seems impossible, but it's not. Am I making sense? As you probably hear this child screaming again in the background. So with that, does anyone have any closing thoughts or anything that they want to share? No? Well, I hope you connected with this, and I hope it got some of your feels going, and bring them all next week if you can make it. And we'll see. Hopefully we have a good crowd. If not, maybe we need to move it into the new year. But if I don't see you or talk to you guys, which I'm sure I will, but have a wonderful holiday and enjoy it with your families, and we'll talk soon.